Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Boats Bandito. Welcome to Ready Room Gaming. Today we're going to be dropping into some StarRupture. Game came out January 6th, and it is a very addicting game. Alright, we're going to be starting a new game here. Session ID, let's do Ready Room Gaming. Single player. I don't need the tutorial. I'm going to skip it. Let's load it up. Appreciate y'all hitting that follow button. First video, you got 4 subs. Alright, we're gonna start it off. Let's go with scientist. So to start it off, get everybody acquaintance with the game. You got your basic item printer here. Alright, you make your basic building materials, so on and so forth. Just handcrafting, pretty much. Then you got your regeneration chamber. This is like your spawn point. You got personal storage boxes, which will always take the food out of there. Then you got your mainframe. Good little welcome message. And that's pretty much it. Now we're dropping into the world. We had a crash landing here. So far, this game is astounding.
Checking the connection. Over. What was that?
We got some meteor crashes here. Bought our mining tool. Key with these meteor crashes, make sure you always hit these hot spots.
When they're not active?
Sometimes they're hard to find. Like right now.
Everything I do?
Right in front of me. We're going to start off, get some basic materials. Just some titanium ore. Paying attention to that heating up of the drill here. Also, another key, anytime you see collectibles on the ground, always collect them. Especially plants. So the reason you always want to go for these meteors is because when it gives you a meteor core, you need those to build your bases. Pretty sure there was one up here, yep. So we're going to start it out. We'll go with the basic core. So your basic core is pretty much when there are star ruptures over here. This is what keeps all of your bases built, hypothetically. That's your base core. Next, we're going to hit it with a habitat. The reason I'm throwing a habitat down this early is just in case the star ruptures quite early in the game. Hit it with an airlock. Put an analyzing station in. Corporate terminal. And our basic crafting. Everything else you'll research further on. If you go in here, you got all your analyzing. See, each one gives you data points. Data points are used in the research center, which will unlock it once we get there.
Getting better and better.
Alright, so we're running a little low on basic materials. So it looks like we have enough titanium. So we just need some, what I'm going to call copper. And for the time being, we're going to handcraft our basic building materials. That's one of the main things I want to get automized first, just because it helps take the load off. And then another key, if you've ever played Satisfactory, is if you choose titanium bars, you got 2 per 2 seconds, so 1 every second. And then you always look at your extractor, 2 per 2 seconds. Some have 4, some have 1. So that's something to pay attention to. So now we know that this item extractor can go into 1 smelter at full production. And same thing with this one. So now what we're going to do is we're going to run our railway. So unlike Satisfactory, this game does rails instead of belts, which I think looks a little cooler. So now we got that up. We're going to hit the base with some power. Better to go overboard than not enough. Okay, we could make 2 more, but I'm going to save some materials. I like to do these walkways just to make it look cleaner. So instead of doing platforms, there's a big bug going on with the game right now. If you do a bunch of platforms, it kind of just like crashes the game. Just a way big GPU overload. So something to pay attention to. Doing walkways, doing little intermediate platforms, just keeping your buildings separate for now until the devs fix the game is hypothetically what you want to do. So our goal is we're going to get this orbital cargo launcher. With the orbital cargo launcher, you send stuff up to space. And what that does is it helps research different areas and unlock new things. So once we have some titanium bars coming in, once that gets backed up a little bit, it's super simple just to grab the ore out of here. And we'll get some more basic building materials. Alright, that should do it for now. Give us enough basic building materials. So we're going to head over to the basic printer. Get some basic building materials. Got 423 out of that. Just enough. Should be able to start producing some wolfrite or copper, whatever you want to call it. So we're going to look at, so 2 per second, 2 per second. All right, so now we should be good with just 2 smelters.
don't get it, Sam. What's so interesting in beetles or flowers?
They're part of the world we live in and are inextricably connected to it. We wouldn't exist without
Building's
crystals
too
or
long, so I'm just gonna
flowers.
throw
We wouldn't
simple
exist
little
without
platform here.
fundamental forces. Beetles and flowers can be easily replaced with automated systems. You can't replace electromagnetism.
You'd really want to live in a world with plants?
So when you see that blue light right here, that means you got power coming through. So you could run walkways or you can run rails. I like to run walkways just because it looks cleaner, gives me just a good area to run across instead of having to jump everywhere. So now we see that material coming into the smelters. And as you see the yellow, this smelter is yellow. That means these are backed up because it has nowhere to go. So now we can take out the titanium. So now we have full automation of titanium being produced. So we'll wait for this copper to get built up a little bit. And our next step is we're going to make some cargo launchers. So we can start this production, which then you can track right here. So I'm going to go a little overboard to start it. I'm going to do 4. 1 for each smelter, just so we can keep pushing it out. Then we can look here. If we wanted to do future health, we could do the copper bars. We could do titanium, titanium, copper, copper. So what I want to look into is what will that give me? Fabricator would be good to start. Pistol. Recipe station's a really good one. We're going to go with Health Solutions, Selenium Corporation, and the Moon Energy. I think that's what I'm going to start it out with. So Moon Energy is copper. Selenium is titanium. And Health Solutions is copper. So what I'm going to do, since there's only 1 titanium and 3 copper, I'm actually going to switch this to we're going to do titanium. Switch this to titanium. And then switch these to copper. With 2 different copper ones, so we're researching 2 different things at once. Now we're going to set up our rails. So everything just went red because our power grid can't keep up. And that's completely fine. We'll set that up in a second. So something cool about the game. So you can always change your axis like this. But if you want it stuck there, click your middle mouse button. And now you can raise and lower it. Because what you will notice is that you can't cross over buildings or other rails. But that one's good for now. Now we'll set up more power. And we don't have enough. So you see we're using 80 and the grid is 60. So I'm going to go check these miners. Take all that material. Should give us enough to get some power grids back up and running. Big ol' lag spike. Alright, now we're out of resources, but that's fine. So now you see that we're launching stuff to the moon. Or wherever you want to say we're launching it. And something to keep a note about this game, it is a pull game, not a push. So Satisfactory is always push. So the belts were always backed up. And this game, if the cargo launcher only needs a specific number to research that unit, it's not going to keep pulling from the smelters. And it's something nice. It helps keep things a little backed up inside your smelters or fabricators. It's something quick that you can run up and just grab. So I'm going to take some resources out of these actually. Just so we're topped off on some resources. We'll make some basic building materials.
I can use this.
To automate the basic building materials, we are going to need the fabricator. So getting that is kind of step one. And since we're launching things up, we're going to check with the computer here. Yeah, see we're at 16%, 8 and 9. It'll give us time to run around the map a little bit, gather some water bulbs, just so we're good on our hydration. So that's something also to check is your calories and your hydration. Right here, always paying attention to that.
Acquire.
Grab some food.
I'm getting better and better.
Just grabbing some food and water so we don't have to worry about it in the future. So that's one thing when you're in the grind. It's one thing you don't want to worry about is your character saying they're hungry or you dying from starvation or thirst. And once we unlock the recipe station or the food station, it makes it way easier because then you can start. That's a visual bug. You can start making some better foods and stuff like that. So if you're a satisfactory player, when you're building, you can do singular, or if you hold right click, you can drag it out how you want to build it. And then you can build a series. Sadly, there's no zoop for deleting. It just gets faster when you're deleting the same object over and over. So you see these systems have 99 bars, but they're only sending one at a time. That is a prime example of that pull system. They have 94. See right here, 80 out of 20, or out of 200. Make this a little bit more visual pleasing. I have a wave warning, so what we're going to do is try to get back to base as soon as possible. If not, we do have the building supplies to throw down a habitat real quick. It usually gives you about a 2-minute warning, roughly.
I need water.
Made it back to base just in time. So we're going to claim that regeneration chamber, recipe station. So with that recipe station unlocked, we're going to throw one down, run through it real quick. Through these, you can put your research points in them.
But the buildings can already do these things. Why would we need to
So right here is the one we're going to work on. So we need some research points. Good thing we have a bunch of researching items. And we're going to throw down viewports just so we can see this.
It's the Claywood Corporation that determines the cost of transfer. You could lower the price.
Got that StarRupture happening.
I'll respond with one of Mr. Claywood's favorite sayings. This is exactly why you're not the richest person in the world. Your choosing option.
If you are caught out in the world with that, you will die. And now since it's over, we're going to wait for everything to cool down a little bit. Get the indicator of the planet turning back to a normal temperature. And as you see, all productions stop except whatever's on the rail. That'll stay there. Everything else stops sending anything. Just kind of puts everything to a halt. Should be any second now. Look at the fabricator. So we have some research to do. So I'm going to throw these exploder biosacks in.
Another great day for science. This data will be useful.
Throw some of these foods. Try not to throw too much stuff in there because we do like to have it. As you see, we are getting a little bit dehydrated.
Hydrated,
We're going to use some water. Then we're going to eat some food.
Oh, nice.
See if we definitely have enough points now. So now we can automate the basic building materials. So we're back to normal temperature. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set up I'm going to automate the basic building materials. So I'm going to throw down 2 more ore excavators. And as you see the white line, that means our base doesn't cover that. So I'm going to throw one here. I'm going to throw one up here. And we don't need a smelter for basic building materials, so we're just going to need a fabricator, which is kind of nice. Going to put it right here for now. I know it's a little offset and everything's not very well put together. As you see, still no power. That's just because these two aren't touching right here. Simple fix. Just throw up that, and we tripped our power grid again. So we're going to come back through, and add some more power. OCD doesn't like that one. Alright, so now we got a decent little power grid up. As you see, we're using 140 out of 270. So this isn't kicked on yet because we didn't designate what we wanted it to do. So we're going to throw in the recipe and we can offload the resources we had. Then we had the 2 researches completed over here. So we're going to look into clever robotics is a good one to have. Because what that'll give us... Oh, deleted the corporate terminal. Clever robotics will give us personal storage. Really could care less about the personal storage. What I'm trying to get is that storage depot. Just so we can constantly be building things, making things, storing the extras instead of the machines backing up right away. It'll put some extras in there in case we need them for something else.
Sam, have you been off Earth before?
No, this is my first trip into space. And a very distant one.
I bet the change in gravity is giving you problems.
A bit. Everything's a little different.
You'll get used to it. The spacesuit is like a second skin to me now.
There's a little OCD on that. As you see, it produces quite fast, 10 every 2 seconds. So your excavations are going to need to be at full production pretty much most of the time. So that's something to pay attention to for sure. But it's something that happens in the background. It's not needed to a certain standard. So I'm not too stressed about having it up to optimization. At least for the time being. Once we start making more than basic building materials, then we'll worry about that. We have 95 points to spend. Titanium beams are good. Titanium sheets, wolfram sheets are good. So what we'll do is we'll try to steal some of these materials. Need a lot of titanium bars and some wolfram bars. So anything that's backed up making those, I'm going to run over and steal.
Gotcha.
Just because these are backed up, I'm not too stressed about it. Go through the fabricator. We are 1 short. Wow. Steal just a little bit more. Research that. Now we're going to work towards the sheets and the plates. Definitely don't have enough research for it.
Cargo has reached the Selenium Corporation.
We can analyze some more stuff. As you can see, meteorite heart is worth 30 points. All the foods are worth about 5. And we are caught up over here. We're going to look through. So you see sheets and bars here. So obviously we don't have sheets researched. So we're just going to go with the bars for now. Just get them producing. Once we have those sheets researched, then we definitely can go through and update that. Then our next production, we'll look at another fabricator. Our next thing we're going to look at is wolfram wire. So 2 every 4 seconds. So 1 every 2 seconds is what it makes. And if you remember, our fabricator is 2 every 2 seconds. So hypothetically, we can, again, split these. Do 4 across. We're going to take out these. Just get them out of the way for now. So now we're going to start throwing in some fabricators. Stretch it out over here a little bit. So 1, 2. As you see, these lines are in the way. So I'll show you a good example of what to do with that. 3 and 4. So since we are still needing some of these bars, we are going to split one. And then split it again. And we're going to do the same for this side. And then combine them in the center. And raise that up.
You were right, Gal. That was frightening. Such
So we're going to put them into this splitter. And then with this splitter, we're going to come out straight.
Hey,
We want to start making wolfram wire.
Address me using my rank.
don't you think that makes communication more difficult? There's only 4 of us here. Who are you trying to impress?
I'm not. I've worked hard for my rank. Among other things.
So, Han, how about taking a little break? That sounded like yes. Great.
And then we're going to run this one over here. So it should be splitting the system like that. And then obviously nothing's getting pulled up over because we don't need anything pulled up over. Those are all full. Yep, splitting the line right there, perfect, just how we wanted it. And the reason these are backing up like this is because I front loaded the machine after it was already sending materials. So we're at 83 here. Take that inventory upgrade. Titanium sheet, titanium rods. So that's something you could look at. Yeah, that's a pretty good start to the series. If you enjoyed it, please hit the subscribe button. Episode 2 should be coming out here shortly as well, right after this video. And yeah, thanks for stopping by the Ready Room. And we'll catch you on the next one.